The national touring Broadway production of The Color Purple is coming to the Waterbury Palace Theater for 5 performances, May 7th through May 9th. It's the story of a woman named Celie who finds a strength within herself to triumph over adversity, and she discovers a unique voice in the world. Here to fill us in and to give us a taste of their upcoming Southern Tea Party is Sherry Marcucci from the Waterbury Palace Theater and Rick Kersner, the owner of Emily's Catering Group. Welcome to the both of you.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here, Rick. Our first time meeting. Glad to have you here. So let's fill everybody in as to why we're wearing these beautiful Southern hats.
Well, because we're having a tea party, and you can't have a tea party, a Southern tea party, without wearing a hat.
This is why, everybody, we're wearing these gorgeous hats, and we're going to go even into more detail about that in just a little bit, so don't worry about that. But let's talk a little bit more about The Color Purple. It's a major, beautiful musical, but why is it so special?
You know, The Color Purple, it's a story that if you haven't seen it, and you don't know the show, if you haven't read the book or seen the movie, but I'm telling you, don't deprive yourself. It's such a... It touches you deep within your soul. That's the best way I can say it.
But I think it's one of those stories that really kind of speaks to everybody. It doesn't matter what walk of life you're from. It doesn't matter where you are, what your economic status is. If you love Broadway, if you love a great production and love a show, but you want to be inspired, this is one of those stories.
It absolutely is. It'll take your breath away. The ending is just like so triumphant, you know, and it's like, yes, you know, the human spirit can overcome.
Can overcome, but it doesn't deny how broken this young woman was,
Absolutely.
How broken Celie was, and it shows the bond of two sisters and how that bond kind of continues throughout their life.
Absolutely. And the strength that women's friendships bring to one another to get them through anything. That sister, you know, spirit is so predominant in as a theme in this show.
Absolutely.
And how women need to come together to continue even today to help one another overcome.
And that there's power in numbers.
Absolutely.
And we can't keep talking about women with Rick here.
I know. and it's, you know, the men in the show, some of them are not so nice, but they do come to a new place.
They do.
And it all kind of comes together at the end.
And Rick, we're going to talk a little bit about your connection and what you're doing at the Palace Theater here in just a minute, but I do want to mention that there was an amazing Waterbury connection with The Color Purple, and this is huge.
It's very huge. One of the composers of the music, because this is a musical, is Brenda Russell. And those of you who know music, know the jazz world, know that she's a phenomenal artist in her own right, as well as a composer and lyricist. She was one of the people that composed the music for The Color Purple. The connection to Waterbury is that Brenda Russell's great-grandmother escaped the South, escaped slavery, and settled in Waterbury, Connecticut.
Isn't that amazing?
And so, I mean, to have the show here, and there are currently ancestors living in Waterbury.
Wow.
So that's powerful, and just it's that sense of place that connects the show to Waterbury.
But I also think that it's important for people watching who are interested in coming out to see this beautiful production that it is a part of history. And what a great weekend to have it on Mother's Day weekend. It's not on Mother's Day. I mean, you have shows then, but the actual Southern Tea Party we're having on that Saturday.
Yes, the tea party is before the matinee, as you know, and you so graciously agreed to be our hostess.
Well, how could I not, Sherry? Rick, let's bring you in here. You are catering this, and tell us a little bit about your place. I mean, you've been catering for a while.
We have, and you know, we do a little bit of everything, and we are the preferred caterer for the Palace Theater, which is a great honor. And Sherry asked us to join them to do this tea, so we're happy to be a part of it.
So I want to know, when she said, we're going to get Emily's Catering Group to come on it and help us out, when you heard that we wanted to have a Southern Tea Party and we wanted the real deal, what were you thinking about?
Well, you know, we want it to be fun. That's first and foremost, and we want it to be easy, and you know, we want it to taste good. So desserts, you know, front and center. We want some great sweets that are able to be picked up and eaten easily, and some great traditional tea sandwiches.
Oh, I like that. I want to put the graphic on the screen for everybody. Teresa, let's tell folks a little bit about that beautiful event coming up, our Southern Tea Party. And again, for folks, if you're watching, if they buy the ticket to the...
Right. They need to buy a ticket to the matinee performance of The Color Purple, which is May 8th. That's right. That date. Then for $5 extra, you get to come to this beautiful tea party from 12 to 1:30. Desiree will be there. We'll have entertainment by Vincent Ngala,
who opened for Dave Koz, mind you.
Yes, he did, and he's a phenomenal young musician, up and coming. And we'll have some lovely young ladies serving as
They're going to be our little hostesses with the hostess.
Yeah.
But I think what's great about the Tea Party is that money has been earmarked to benefit Walsh Elementary School. So it's a way for us to give back. Those proceeds have been earmarked for that school that is facing some challenges, but really doing great things in Waterbury.
Absolutely. And through the Palace Theater's ticket and travel fund, through our education component of the theater, these kids will be able to come to see a show next season at the Palace.
That's awesome. Yeah. And then that night, if you're looking still at a party and want to grab some great food, we have a post-show dance party. Tell us about that. That's on May 8th.
Yes, it is, and the weekend is a never-ending weekend. We have Act Jams Productions, who will be providing the music, and if you've bought a ticket to the Friday or Saturday evening performance, you can come to the dance party and kind of,
shake a tail
shake it.
Now, Rick, are you going to dive into some of these beautiful treats that you made?
Absolutely.
You're a hard-working man over here. I'm going to have myself a little bit of this strawberry.
Sure,
you should. Look at it. Ladies first, look at there. What a gentleman. I like this. And you brought a lot of different teas. And when it's displayed there that day for our Southern Tea Party, it will be a variety of what we're seeing here today. Chocolate-dipped strawberries, beautiful wraps, and various teas?
Yes. Harney & Sons Teas, local to this area, New York company. They're unbelievable. You should actually try one.
Okay.
Great setup. Our staff will be there to ensure that everything's perfect. So.
And as well as sweet tea.
Oh, sweet. I meant like some I love sweet tea. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Again, The Color Purple coming to the Waterbury Palace Theater May 7th through the 9th. All the information's on the screen, or come to our website, WTNH.com. Click on Connecticut Style. We hope to see you there. Sherry and Rick, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
I'm going to bite on in. Listen, don't go anywhere. More Connecticut Style.